This completely renewable resource, and in fact, I would say it's underutilized. That people, well, you know, the cheaper clothes are usually all made out of the synthetic fibers, and it would be nice if, of course, cost is the factor here, but if wool could trickle down more.
So why did we choose wool?
Well, I chose wool because I wanted to follow something that a lot of people all had used before, and especially in New England where it's really cold in the winter, I thought all people must have some sort of wool product in their closet. So I decided to follow wool, and when I heard that Yubin was thinking of following wool too, we joined our projects together.
I was interested in wool and decided to follow wool for this project because, as Alex said, it's a widespread product, and also because sheep has a lot of significance, like religiously, as well as economically. You get food from it, you get fleece from it. And I was really interested in the economic aspects of the wool trade. What are our goals for this project?
Well, I think the biggest question on our minds was, where does the wool in our sweaters come from? And is there any chance that local wool grown in Rhode Island could end up in one of the sweaters that we have, or, you know, on the shelf in the mall?
I think most people are aware of it to some degree. I think what drives it is price. Americans have always been somewhat thrifty, but have been forced to be more and more so, but don't want to do without. So hence, retailers such as Walmart's and Kmart's and, you know, the lower end suppliers of goods to Americans demand a low price for the products that they're selling, so that they in turn can charge a low price for these things to consumers. When you take the money out of manufacturing, you also take some of the quality out of manufacturing. So I'm afraid that probably most people, my opinion is that we could probably all do with less, but of a better quality. But that's not the trend I see. I see a continued trend, a price pushback on both clothing and home textiles.
What is wool?
I don't think about wool.
Top of
No,
your
I
head.
would not have a guess. I would have no clue.
As I asked you before, it is sheep's hair.
Do you have any wool sweaters?
I probably do, but I never look at my sweaters whether they are wool or not, so I'm not sure.
So you don't like go and like go thinking of a wool sweater?
No, I don't. I just like usually look at the texture and like whether it's comfortable or not more than like what is in the thread.
So can you like, where do you like to shop?
I like to shop from nice stores and boutiques, but I usually don't shop from those places because they're really expensive.
Marcus's great-grandmother lived here.
Wow.
This is his great-grandmother, and that's her mother. And then it went out of the family, and it was a rod and gun club. And then Marcus's father bought it back. It was in the family, and then it went out, and then it came back in again.
Started back
It's,
in 1790.
Oh my god.
It gradually grew
Wow.
from there.
they're meat sheep. Although they have good wool. They have very nice wool for spinning.
They're really big.
They're too big.
How old are they?
These are lambs.
Oh.
They're,
These are lambs?
They were born last year, February, March.
How much help do you get around here?
How much help?
Do you?
You're looking
Oh,
at it.
Wow.
My husband and I.
Wow.
It's getting to be too much. We had grandchildren around for a while, but they've all gone off to college or gone to work elsewhere.
Wow. Where did you get your first sheep?
When?
Yeah. Or like where?
I married into it.
Oh.
My father-in-law bought sheep in 1948. There's been sheep here ever since. We were married in 1952 and just kept on with it. And our two daughters have sheep also. One is up the road and the other is down the road.
Is it good living?
No. Do we make money on it?
Yeah.
No.
No.
If we break even, we're doing well. Frankly, I do better with, those are my sheep there, these are my husband's. Because I sell a lot, and they have very nice wool that spinners like, and so I sell the wool. And if we can get it. My husband used to make all our hay, but we don't. People are building up around us in the fields we used to use, so we don't have that opportunity anymore.
Are they native to like North America?
These are English, came from England.
Oh.
Both breeds originate in England.
I was actually wondering, I've read online about mulesing. Mulesing, what they do to the sheep to prevent them from getting certain disease.
Oh, that's in Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah. Do you think, I guess the risks outweigh the benefits?
I don't like that. You know. We dock the tails, you know, when they're about 2 days old with a rubber band, elastrator, and then the tails shuts off the circulation, and the tails will fall off in a week and a half. And it hurts for maybe 5 minutes or so until it shuts off the circulation. But the other methods are to crush the bone, and I don't like that. And the other one is to cut the tail off, like that. So I think this is the best way to go. These are fleeces that were sheared on October 20th. They have been skirted. What I mean by skirted is taking all the dirt, soil and chaff and out, and then just that's.
And where do you send the wool from here usually?
Well, I sell a lot to spinners, and I enter them in shows. And then some people come back every year to get the pieces. You kind of build a business.
Do you sell to any mills or?
The mills around here,
Mm-hmm.
Still River Mill over in Eastford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
They make my yarn. And I can't show you too much of our yarn because we got all our, my daughter has a shop up here.
Mm-hmm.
And we put all our yarn, and she has her wool dyed for needle felting. And that's a popular. Yes.
But would you say that there's any chance, like this wool that you sheared here ends up in one of our sweaters?
I don't think so. I think, well, most of the sweaters are imported. Most of the wool is imported, and China and buys a lot of wool. This is the off of one of those ewe lambs out in the back barn. That's her fleece. This is Border Leicester.
Border Leicester?
Yeah,
Okay.
the ones we saw out there.
Oh, the big black, the big ones.
No, it's the
That's
smaller
the
The
one.
Hampshires.
small, those are the
The
Hampshires.
white-faced ones with the ears up.
Oh,
That's what these are.
wow.
Now, this one this is quite fine for this breed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a pound point 6. 1.6. It's got pretty good length to it.
Yeah.
I usually try to put it should twang
Wow.
like that. So you know that the animal hasn't been sick. If it's been sick, it'll be fragile right where at that time of growth where it's at the skin. And when you go like this, it'll break. Excuse me. We're members of the RI Sheep Co-op, and we put our extra wool into the blanket, and they make the blankets every year. We had little pieces left over, so we made them into kitty beds and sold them. And they love them. You can see they shed all over them.
How does the co-op work?
The co-op, we take our wool in June and pool it all together. And it's shipped to South Carolina, to Chargers, and they wash it, scour it for us. And then it's shipped back to Massachusetts, where it's spun, and then to another mill where it's woven. And we have to give them the pattern we want. And this was a couple of years ago. And,
So it's all within this country.
oh yeah,
And the
yeah. You know, when I take it up to Still River, compared to the big lot she gets, mine is very small. You know, I only take maybe 30 pounds or 40 pounds. So the price goes up.
Oh, yeah?
Well, yeah, because so if I could take 100 pounds off, it would be better, but I don't have that much wool. So as a result, it's more expensive.